Man slips up and says this.
I think it was in that interview where Dana Bash says, the police have gone through 11 months of recordings of calls, and they've only found 2 Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking geese from ponds.
Well, I mean, you can definitely tell what was on his mind. Let's be honest. Migrants and the N-word do not sound the same at all.
I agree with you, I guess, but here's the thing. He said what he said, and he meant what he said, and that's okay. That's okay. There's absolutely no reason to get up in arms about this, and it's probably better to have this out in the open. You know what I mean? I don't want a bunch of people like him have to walk around all day with constipation because they're holding in what they want to say, and then when they get home, they scream at the TV with their family. I think we should normalize it to make it more of a non-thing, so we know who people really are. But in all seriousness, he's probably racist. And that's okay. Racism is real.
That's okay.
And it exists.
Oh,
it always will exist. And I don't use my time and energy worrying about it.
I think the worst part about it is I think he was actually making some decent points prior to him saying the N-word. And I think it was funny because the newscaster, Megyn Kelly is like they all tried to avoid it. But I mean, they knew the interview was pretty much cooked after that.
Only 2 calls. And I think one lesson of this whole story, people don't care about geese. People really hate geese. They all things considered, yeah. I think people would prefer Haitian migrants to come and take the geese off the golf course, right?
How do you think this would have went down if he was talking to a black anchor and that happened? That'd have been...
I think the whole interview would have stopped.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it would have stopped.
Okay.
I think the whole interview would have stopped. He would have threw up the hands and he did some salsa dancing around it.
You think so?
Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of because, I mean, it's one of those things that's kind of unavoidable.
Yeah, I've been uncomfortable, I guess.
It would have been super awkward.
Yeah, because what do you do from there as a black guy or a black person? Just
I didn't hear that.
Well, it depends. I can imagine some very professional black anchors that probably would have just rocked it out. And then at the end of it would have been I
think they would have been excuse me, can you provide some clarification? And he would have been oh yeah, sure. The migrants would be no. Good. What were you saying before that?
Haitian migrants.
Jesse Lee Peterson would have loved it. He'd be oh yeah, let it out. I love it. Say more.
He'd be I'm glad you're not a beta. I just personally think it was a bad look for the Conservative Party because the guy, he's I think he's the leader of the conservative, some conservative magazine. But I just think it's a bad look for them because I think the Conservative Party already gets a bad rap for people thinking that they are racist, which I don't think that they are. I think it's crazy to generalize an entire party because I'm not sure what the percentage is among the United States between people who are Democratic and people who are Republican. But I do think it is a large percent that is conservative. And I think just having that stereotype really just hurts to unify the country. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think either party's wrong. I don't think Democrats are wrong. I don't think Republicans are wrong. I think it's just what you value more. And I think when you have people like that who are in charge of big things like a conservative magazine, it just gives people the wrong taste in their mouth. Yeah, I just think ultimately it's just bad. Because I think that people shouldn't just... My thing is this. I think that regardless of whatever race or color you are, that shouldn't determine what party you are. Because I think there's a lot of people in the black community that are oh, well, you can't be conservative because you're black. You can't be X because you're this color. You can't be Democrat because you're white or whatever reason. Yeah, I just think this is just a bad look. There has to be some cleanup among the conservative side and not just sweep this underneath the rug. Because I think that the base that they have right now is growing with other communities. And I think if you don't clean this up, that ultimately this is detrimental to your party. One thing I do find funny is that it appears that some people are denying the fact that he said this, which, I mean, is kind of crazy because he clearly said it. One reply said that he began to mispronounce the word migrants and caught himself halfway through. The N-word is nowhere close to migrants. So I don't know. I think that's just strange. I think the best thing to do in a situation like this is just own up to it, take accountability. You said what you said, accident or not. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he pronounced it clearly.
Own up to it and say what, though? These are my true beliefs?
My bad.
Okay.
I mean, what else can he say?
That's my point, but I guess you could say my bad.
I mean, he has to respond. He can't just, just not say anything.
He could just let it blow over and let the news cycle do its thing. Because what do you say? Like, really, besides my bad, what else do you say? Clearly, he said it.
I mean, say something. Some sort of... That's better than him just going silent.
I don't know.
If he going silent, it means like, yeah, I said it. So what?
Saying my bad doesn't really do much either. What's that do?
I mean, I don't know. It's just apply.
Who does that? Who does him saying my bad? Who does that appease, or who does that?
I mean,
like, who
I don't know. I guess
whose benefit is that? For?
You know what it is? It's just a formality. It's
Yeah,
like when you do something wrong and you obviously like there's no way that you can go back on. It's kind of like the Diddy situation. So Diddy did something that was obviously terrible. The only thing he could really do is just apologize and say, "Hey, I did something terrible. I'm sorry for it. Ask for forgiveness." And then that's it.
You mean the Cassie thing?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Diddy made it worse when he got online and gave like a really fake apology.
Honestly speaking, Diddy addressing it was actually not even to his best benefit. It wasn't to his benefit.
But that's why I said it was not to Diddy's benefit because he said it on video and it was obvious that he didn't mean it.
He incriminated himself is why I'm saying it wasn't a good idea. The fact whether or not he was actually apologetic or really remorseful is another thing. Another thing too, this guy came on and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I said it." First of all, who cares? He's not sorry. So I don't really care if he says it. I'm okay, cool. I'm saying not the N-word, but like him saying he's sorry.
But listen, you might not care, but the audience in general, a lot of people
are gonna be like, "Oh, we forgive you. We'll go back to your magazine."
No, they're not gonna forgive him.
So what's the point?
But it's just a formality, and it's just one of those things that you. Okay, because for example, let's say in the future that this guy decides to run for something else.
Okay.
This will forever be a bullet in the chamber that they can use, and they could be like, you don't even feel bad about it. Because imagine if Donald Trump got caught saying something like this. Mm-hmm. This is something that would forever be in their chamber.
Yep.
So I mean, listen, it's just one of those things.
And guess what? If he came out and apologized, he's already lost whoever he lost. They're not coming back.
That's better than saying nothing.
I guess. Right now he has plausible deniability. Now we both think
he doesn't have. How does he have plausible deniability?
How? Someone in the comments just backed him up.
So someone that was deaf probably backed him up.
You think that? But someone might be looking at us going, "Oh, these guys are reaching." It's all how you see things.
No, I mean he obviously said it, bro.
So we think that.
It's not just we, bro. It's everybody.
No,
like
it's not everybody.
He clearly said it. Because you have one person online.
You have two people on YouTube. My point is, there's always two sides.
Yeah, but you have one person online that says, "Oh, he didn't say it," and then the rest of the world clearly heard him say it.
How are you gonna say the rest of the world? We can't.
Or the rest of the people who saw the clip.
I can't even argue against that because it's so like extreme. No, you're gonna have a lot of people who think that he didn't, or that he slipped up, or whatever, or that he meant to say migrants, which sounds ridiculous to us. And you have people like us that thinks that it's BS, which it is, but it doesn't matter. You still have both sides. And whoever side you're on to begin with is the side you're going to remain on. It's just like politics. If you're entrenched in your views of whatever it is, and that's why you vote for this person, it don't matter what people tell you. You're going to still vote for this person. That's how it is.
I'm not going to say that the people that feel that way are going to change their mind. It's not for that. It's for the people that are in the middle, the swing people that you're trying to get. So an example of that would let's look at the election, right? In the election, there are states that are always red, and there are states that are most likely blue. And then what happens? There are swing states. There are people that are in the middle.
Of course.
So him apologizing is really for those people that are in the middle. It's not really for the people that are going to vote or support him regardless. It's for the people that are in the middle of deciding or not quite sure how they feel about it.
So I'll ask you this. If you're someone that is not quite sure how you feel about this guy, let's say, for example, he's not running for anything that I know of. And he says whatever he said, right? Which we think he said, whatever.
I mean, we know he said it. I mean,
and then the person that heard it goes, "Oh," or the person. Then he comes down and apologizes, right? So you mean to tell me this person now is going to be like, "Okay, well, since he apologized, I'll maybe give him another chance."
I'm not necessarily saying that person would say it, but they might say that, okay, well, maybe there's room for forgiveness, and they might look at something else he did and says like, okay, he might have said this in the past. He apologized. I'm not saying that this is for me. I'm just saying in general. But they might say like, okay, he did this in the past. He apologized. But look, he did something greater in the future. He did something else that made up for it.
All right.
I mean, I get what you're saying. That there are people that are not going to like him regardless. But I'm just saying that's not like everybody. And there's always going to be a group that's in the middle that you're trying to sway. That might be... Because listen, every business needs new customers.
We'll just have to agree to disagree on this one. I do see your point of view and where you're coming from. And I would even normally say that apology, public publicly would be the good thing to do, even if it is fake, even if it is just like something your publicist wrote for you. In this case, I believe he did say it, and so do you, and that's okay. But I do think that he has a little bit of room to rock out with saying, "Oh, I was trying to say something else," and he's gonna rock with that card, and because if he comes out and apologizes, it's to admit guilt. So right now, if he had like been caught on audio behind closed doors saying, "Oh, F these Haitian," and going ham, okay, there's really no plausible deniability. In this case, you have people out here trying to help him out, going, "Oh, there's another guy, not this dude, but another dude." I saw it on another show. Said this comment that someone said about how he was crossing the word migrant with immigrant, and so there's like a soft I. I know a soft I and immigrant, and but that's my point. There's always gonna be people that are trying to.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't. Yeah, but those are people that are like just OD biased. That are just ridiculously biased.
Okay.
Do you think those are the majority of people though?
No, but what I'm saying is he has a applause. What I'm saying is it's not like it's something that is. As much as we believe it is, this is not something that you can just definitively say. Oh, he.
You could. I don't get how you could.
No, that he meant to. Like he has a way to be like, oh, I meant to say this. I think he meant to say,
I mean, I just don't get how there would be any plot. I mean, I think the people that said it, I think, are obviously out of their mind. I mean,
that's what I mean.
I mean, he just obviously said it. I mean, there's like if we could replay the clip like 3 times, it's the same thing.
Haitian migrants.
But anyway, guys, I'm gonna say ultimately.
Oh, my bad. I was looking at Rich Lowry is his name. Not to be confused with Mike Lowry. But anyways, you can continue.
I'm gonna say ultimately, guys, he made a bad decision. Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing to do is just apologize, but let us know what you think. So what do you think? Good decision, bad decision?
Interesting, because it's almost like it wasn't a decision. It was an accident. He slipped up. So, but I guess bad decision. Yeah, bad decision.
All right, guys. So if you think he made a good decision, leave a like, leave a comment. If you think he made a bad decision, leave a like, leave a comment. And if you think that this was an accident, leave a like, leave a comment. All right, decision makers, don't slip up.